All right, good afternoon. Speed Gaming 2. We have another Super Metroid Randomizer League match of Route Rando. Today, we have Slow with Solsky and TG Derp, and we have Gravity Skip with Phoenix Down and Giggles. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Maniacal. How you doing, Maniacal?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Tracy?
Doing good. Another race to come, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, so, wow. I can barely see Giggle's timer, but Solsky looks like he has an early 5-second lead. Finding a
Yeah.
corridor.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get that all sorted out and synced, but yeah, always weird these starts because there are 3 doors available. One of them's going to be actually open. It looks like it was just the left door, the one you can get to quickly. There'll be one other door at the landing site that's openable with ammo, though it might be the one we can't get to right now. And then we're going to get all our stuff for an in Blue Run.
Yeah, so we're gonna get, what is it? Morph Ball, Morph Bombs, and Charge Beam, right?
That's
We're
right.
guaranteed to find those. And then, anything else we're definitely gonna find?
We're gonna find Gravity Suit. We're gonna find we know the Varia, Gravity, and Hydrogen Boots have to be in the seed. It doesn't necessarily mean we'll find them. It is possible for, especially a Varia Suit in particular, if you find Gravity early, because Gravity is vanilla, therefore protects against heat. It's not unusual for a Varia to be tucked away in a place that you really don't need to go to, and just hope you have 6 E-tanks and can still survive Rainbow Beam.
I suppose we're also guaranteed sufficient E-tanks. Oh yeah, missiles. Missiles also guaranteed. So.
Yeah, missiles, power bombs, super missiles.
Well, no, I mean early. We're guaranteed to get them, so we can get
of course.
Bomb Chorizo fight. That was the 4th thing that we're guaranteed to find that I was neglecting initially.
Yeah, of course we do get this nice Bomb Chorizo fight, which we won't see a whole lot of the rest of the season, but we're going to see Bomb Chorizo in every seed this week. Or we have seen it, and, we're almost done with this week, so this week's gone pretty fast.
Yeah, this the BT fight was not the number 1 reason that I wanted to sit it out this week, but we'll put it on the list.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but Solsky was like, yeah, do I have to run the next one? I'm like, that's between you and Maniacal.
Honestly, if I was gonna last minute sub in for anyone, I was talking to Derp about it, but he said he was good to go, so he's better at this mode than I am for sure, so it made sense for us to run Solsky and Derp this week. I have a lot less experience in these sorts of randomizers than they do.
Yeah, I believe Derp and Solsky both regularly run the door rando with Enemizer, which is a lot more punishing than this is. Although, as Solsky points out, it's not quite as a competitive format as this is.
Yeah, they did, make me go through the hazing exercise of running one of those with them, and I told them I never wanted to race it again, and that I wasn't doing Route Rando on account of it. Nice. And I stand by that decision. I think it was a great decision.
Fortunately, Derp and Solsky did win the earlier match for your team, at least fortunately for you guys. Less fortunate for Phoenix and Giggles, who, we'll see if they can pull one out here.
Yeah, now
definitely the underdogs here.
Yeah, Phoenix is the late sub though. Like he was planned to come in. It's not like it was actually a sub, but Phoenix was not in the earlier race. Giggles was.
That's right.
So we'll see if Phoenix can, breathe some life back into Gravity Skip's week here, week 4. It's week 4, right?
It's week 4, yeah.
All right. So let's see. Looks like Solsky, they're both thinking about going left. Solsky unsure.
Like Solsky's going to continue left, and Derp going to take a different direction? Yeah, looks that way.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of a crossing of the signals there. And Derp is going to find a gray door here.
Oh, nice E-tank in the early supers location. And a missile where the missile would be. And nice quick drop and jump back through the crumble bridge there.
Yeah, if Solsky missed that, I would give him some sort of heck. Because that's a pretty standard SMZ3 trick. And
yeah,
so
absolutely.
If those things are things that he's going to botch, like he's allowed to botch some of the weird Route Rando specific stuff, that's fine, but SMZ3 standard stuff, please don't.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Solski's really. I would say Solski's strength is more improvisational. So he doesn't really run. I don't know that he runs any actual vanilla categories. I could be wrong about that. You can correct me, but his randomizer skills, like the improvisation that come along with all this, and SMC3, for all we say that you get all the stuff at the end of the game is really tough. It's not unusual to have some really tough loadouts early on. So
yeah, that's the thing. The first hour and a half maybe of those seeds tends to be the interesting part.
Yeah.
As Solski is headed into Spore Spawn, it looks like we're going to have to wait a few seconds for Spore Spawn here.
It looks like we're syncing.
The timers are syncing up. But we're going to get to enjoy Spore Spawn. We saw a little bit of Spore Spawn going on Gravity Skip's side earlier. I didn't see if anything particular showed up behind it. Thankfully, I'm not the one tracking this race.
Yeah, Lenifis doing the tracking for us, and boy, do we appreciate our trackers, especially in a week like this with 4 runners and such a crazy mode. No item fanfares to give them breathing room to actually figure out what the items are.
Yeah, and Solski, given Spore Spawn a lot of screen time here. We're gonna have to talk about this one, dude.
Okay, Botswoon a tough fight this early, but jumping into him, not a great strategy, Derp.
That was not advisable, but that's okay. Now Solski's gonna get to lead this one. Looked like Derp got to lead the one earlier, so.
Yeah, I found with these, the really early deaths don't cost as much as you might think, because what'll happen is Solski will just scout ahead and be able to check a bunch of rooms that have nothing, and then he'll be able to say, hey, Derp, that's just a missile, or not even a missile, could be just a refill room. And Derp will just skip those and should be able to catch up like that.
Yeah, to some extent that's definitely true. Although, I mean, you are losing, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you never want to die.
Yeah, of the ability of either player to be scouting out new things, right? Because it leaves one player to search the space. So it's
exactly.
I think that's actually very punishing in this mode, but that they're just a lot more common.
Ooh, and it looks like Spore Spawn I didn't catch this on the other side, but it looks like Spore Spawn just led to a missile, so that's something that Derp will be able to skip.
Yeah, but I feel like you aren't sending both players to do Spore Spawn anyway, so he was going to skip it anyway, is kind of the point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And they're super in the heated room there.
Yeah, something we haven't quite figured out. So we do have a set to level 0 hull runs, which means hull runs are not required. But we're not quite clear on whether that means you could have an item in a room that you can just jump in and out of real quickly, just like that room, to get an item, whether that's actually in logic or not. But, at this point, I mean, if you can't jump into a room like that with full health and grab the item real quick, then that's an issue. Because none of those rooms even have enemies. You just go in, grab the item, get out.
Yeah, that was part of my aversion to this mode, was I didn't want to learn the logical quirks, and it didn't seem like they were even well understood.
We give a little bit of a high five on Gravity Skip's side, one going up the elevator to Meridia, and the other going down the elevator to Meridia.
Derp does get those supers, and that is the first super pack that we've found. Now guaranteed to get large health from these cack attacks to help fill back up, so that's nice. And looks like Giggles is also going to follow for those super missiles, so it may be that that is the intended progression.
Really important to get the ammo where you see it. It is possible in a route rando to have that be the only one.
Yeah, I guess
available.
Yeah, the big concern is if you don't know if that's the logical progression or not, that can really shape how you choose to parse the information you get from pursuing things that are behind super missiles.
Or Derp going after Botswoon. No, sorry, that's Phoenix.
I
Phoenix
was
going
gonna say,
after Bottoon.
Phoenix is
Phoenix is going
mid-Bottoon
for
fight.
if he can get through past the fireball stage and get to Botsoon just moving really fast. Then the fight becomes, I won't say free because it's really slow, but he won't die.
Yeah, left wall is safe here, and it looks like he's in that part of the fight. You do still have to contend with Botwoon's really crappy hitbox, but he's doing an okay job hitting maybe 40 to 50% of his shots. Yeah, there we go. There's that hitbox that we know and love. Let's see what Giggles chooses to do. It seems like there's a little bit of indecision here in Parlor.
Now he may be, part of it may be just waiting to see if the Botsoon fight is even necessary. This could lead to an item that's not important. It could lead to an important item. Could lead to just overall route progression, or it could lead back to the ship. We did see a seed. The seed these guys played earlier today had a Dragon fight that was really early. That's completely unnecessary and just went back to the ship.
Yeah, that one was a weird one. I watched it sort of half asleep. Enjoyed the race, but the seed was very, very linear, and there was some very major backtracking. It seemed like
yes,
sort of the minimum path length to accomplishing that seed, at least by the logic, was longer than average.
Yeah, I think that may be true.
But
it
wasn't overly convoluted. There wasn't a lot of difficult stuff required. There was a lot of movement to do, a lot of room to roam.
Yeah, right now I'm just transfixed on this Phoenix down Botsoon fight.
Yeah. So interesting. Solsky and Derp have both decided that going up into this area at the same time is the way to go. And I guess they're going to branch left and right. Hopefully, they don't end up in a heated room and taking an unwanted death or something.
Ooh, and
farming for missiles. That would be
there bad. You go. Botsoon completely unnecessary. Just a shortcut back to the landing site.
Ooh. Yeah, but at least they have that information now.
Yeah, so Giggles will be able to skip this. I mean, I suppose if you came back later, if that shortcut was useful, and if maybe you end up with like full beam combo or something where you can just kill Botsoon in 1 or 2 rounds, then maybe you come back and do it with like gravity suit and all that. But just for the shortcut. But I don't see a situation other than that you would do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible that you end up with a loadout that makes it quick and easy to kill Botwoon at some point, and it just makes sense to use that for pathing. But the good news for Gravity Skip is that Solsky and Derp don't know that, and they don't know there's nothing behind that Botwoon, so they're just going to be thinking about it for a while.
Yep, absolutely.
So interesting choice by Derp there. Both Solsky and Derp running by the ship save.
Yeah, nice sync too.
Yeah, I don't know why they both want to IBJ here. I guess Derp wants to DBJ, but
I mean, he wants to, but unfortunately fell down doing it. And double bomb jump, not a free strat here.
It's a little bit frame tighter than the IBJ for each of the relevant bomb hits. Or rather,
it's a super door.
The window to successfully execute the patterning. The bomb jumps, of course, are the same. And we've got the puddles room here.
This is a very dangerous room with power suit. Those pancakes will do 80 damage if you hit them. So
yeah,
going through them a little slow, or making sure that if you're gonna hit an enemy, make sure you're getting hit by those waivers and use your iframes to get through, which is what Derp did.
Yeah, he did get stuck on that last puddle and kind of was playing a little bit of flirting with disaster there, but it worked out. Ultimately was able to save a bit of time. Solsky going to his favorite missile location, finding a reserve tank. Actually,
reserve tank. I like reserve tanks in this mode, actually, because if you hit the baby and you have a full reserve tank, then you can just pop that reserve. The baby likes to show up in bad spots, so A reserve tank can be really useful when you get to the next room and it just, have lots of bad enemies right there.
Yeah, and this is one of the nice things about this is that even though the wreck ship is not powered on, the save station does still work.
Yeah, save station works. All the items that are available in the wreck ship works.
Mhm.
If we do encounter Phantoon later, then that will change. I mean, all the items and everything will still work, but then then it will be active and you'll see enemies. And of course, Phantoon, even if we see him, may or may not be required. Kind of like just about every other boss. You never know until you actually kill the boss and see what's beyond, whether it's required. Well, Phantoon, we don't know whether he'll be required until we get to the end game, and whether we see that special green room appear or not.
Yeah, so Derp just found power bombs here at the top of wrecked ship, and Solsky is going to immediately backtrack and
Yeah, I
follow
think that's smart.
that.
You'd hate to skip that and then run into a yellow door in the other route that needs those power bombs.
Yeah. Have we deduced that this particular area is the node that the runners need to be at, or is it possible if there was more stuff down off Parlor still?
Um,
And keeping track too well?
I feel like we've hit all of Parlor, but I won't swear to it. And there are those power bombs for Solsky.
And now Derp is going to go through the Sklade room there, as opposed to Solsky, and we'll see if we encounter a yellow door right away. Derp not going to take the save there. Does have a recent save in the wreck ship main shaft. Sometimes those save stations show up kind of in rapid succession.
Yep.
This is interesting here because we have the
Green Brinstar.
Green Brinstar area. There's a lot of doors off of this as well.
And a save. One of the Green Brinstar is kind of an interesting hub room because you have that one door that's way down to the bottom, and then you have one that is the exit from the Edicoons, which is potentially now a door you can go through. So there's a lot of rooms here.
Yeah, so it looks like Giggles and Phoenix have also converged on this path to the Criteria Power Bombs area. So I'm assuming that means that the options the other way were at least wiped out for now.
We do see a Crocomire fight over on Solsky's side. Not exactly great health with a power suit to actually get the item. It'll be interesting to see if Solsky grabs it now or if he'll wait.
Yeah, I do not advise trying to grab this item here. That said, we'll see what Solsky chooses to do.
And Crocomire's dead. Yeah, at 82 health, power suit. No, don't do it, Solsky. Honestly, I think even with full energy, I don't think I'd risk this right now. I'd wait till either a suit, like various suit with no tanks. It's doable.
Yeah.
Or space jump, like PG Derp just found.
Space jump would be a thing that would get me interested in doing that, and that seems like a very reasonable way to go.
Space jump or grapple beam. I mean, grapple, of course, is the game's intended way for you to get that item.
Yeah, and Giggles finding the power bombs for gravity skip, sending Phoenix down to go get them.
Okay, Solsky's going for it.
Okay, Solsky.
Okay, yeah, he's gonna pop the reserve, what little he has in there. He can make it back as long as he doesn't make a mistake here.
That doesn't.
It's gonna be awful. Oh.
Yeah, that seems bad.
Yeah. The difference was on the way when he was going left to right, he was able to get some speed and jump further, so he only hit the acid twice, and hitting the acid 3 times the second on the way out, and that just wasn't going to be good enough.
Yeah, I think if that return trip was going to be successful, it needed to be off of like a wall jump morph unmorph sort of thing. Although very very astute for Derp, so I think we're going to see Solsky skip over Croc for now, go get the space jump in Varia, and then maybe come back through.
And at least they've got the information. It is a speed booster. They do want to get that speed booster. Usually, if it shows up, it's going to be required somewhere. So you definitely don't want to leave that behind.
Yeah, and again, the save was fairly recent, so Solsky still has his power bombs.
And that might have been the idea, like just deciding to go for it just because, well, what's the worst that happens? I mean, it's Crocomire. You can kill him pretty easily the second time if necessary.
Yeah, the worst that happens is crockery fight, but I mean that's pretty bad. Let's be real.
Yeah. In fact, Phoenix finding the Crocomire fight. And Space Jump hard required. We see TG Derp on the Acid Chorizo, the one spot where the only option to do it is Space Jump. There are some rooms with grapple. We're pretty convinced that it's either grapple or Space Jump to logically get across those rooms. But the Acid Chorizo only responds to Space Jump and will not drain if you don't have it.
I'm kind of surprised that we're seeing Derp go this far down this route. Just kind of would have expected him to turn around and go back to get, Speed Booster. But looks like the route's going to terminate at a Wave Gate lock, so he's going to go back and look for Wave Beam.
Oh, and Phoenix doing the same thing. And Phoenix didn't even wait for the drops. I mean, Solsky at least said, okay, I'm going to wait and get the drops and get more energy.
Did Phoenix get the information about the Speed Booster for Gravity?
I don't know. I can't say for sure that he actually saw it because I didn't quite see if he got far enough over.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to go for it that aggressively with the health. So, I mean, Leno is saying that they did see it. So,
okay,
they got the information more quickly then. So, that's good.
It's good to have that information. You know you're going to want to go back for that at some point. Like I said, I've yet to see a seed with Speed Booster not have something that at least logically required speed. And it looks like Phoenix had to go back and get his power bombs again, had to save further back than Solsky did.
Has that last block with the missile in it been changed to a bomb block, or is everybody just bombing it out to just like bother me recently?
I think it's still a shot block. I'm pretty sure I've been shooting it out.
I've seen so many people bomb that block recently, and like it made me wonder if this particular randomizer has changed that to be a bomb block to reveal the item.
I think it might just be a consequence of you get so used to going there with power bombs and use power bombs to just open up the whole thing. And of course, here you're using bombs to get the first 2 sets of blocks. And then you're just still in Morph Ball, so just use bombs again. Yeah, I'm pretty certain that one's not changed.
Yeah, I guess none of them run 100%. is the real moral of the story. There's that Wave Beam, so now Solsky's found the Wave Beam. That's going to, turn Derp around to go get the Wave Beam, to go back down the route. Derp was just exploring where they got gated by that Wave Gate, sort of outside of Meridia.
Yeah, most of the Wave Gates, a lot of the gates, there's a few gates that were green that are switched to blue. I believe there's only one of the blue gates that's actually glitchable. And then there's one green gate that was left in for whatever reason. One of the things I really don't understand, there's one green gate that's left in. It's in the end of the Croc grapple beam tutorial. And it's been moved so you can farm for supers if necessary. But for whatever reason, it's almost to say, well, we're going to make you green gate glitch this one spot. So, whereas most of the other ones aren't even glitchable because they're from the wrong way, from the wrong direction, the blue ones.
Yeah, that's sort of a good summary. I think the only green gate is the one that's in kind of the Crocomire area room,
that's right? That's the one. Okay, Derp. Oh boy.
Derp is taking a lot of hits from those Holtzes.
Yeah, those Holtzes are not nice.
No, they're lower Norfair enemies for a reason.
Yep. Solsky's back in his Croc fight, so he'll get his speed booster because he has that space jump. Phoenix and Giggles have not found the space jump yet to get the speed item. Phoenix just gonna go ahead and see what the door takes you to. Oh, hi ship.
Yeah, we've found the ship again. So good to know, but no, doesn't really change the story.
Nope, and Derp into a Golden Chorizo fight.
Yeah, so good on Derp to stop and farm the Zebos. I think we'll probably see Solsky do about as much of that as he is able. And I think we're just going to see a lot of charge wave shots here.
Yeah, I mean, it's faster if you can farm the supers, but without Grapple Beam and with such low health, it's probably just better to just take the long fight.
Yeah, 160 health and various suit GT kills very, very quickly.
Yes.
I would much rather see Derp just have a longer GT fight.
Yeah, agreed. Completely agreed.
I would like to see Solsky farm to full ammo, or okay, he's going to take the ship save. That's a good way.
That'll work
as well. Because there are those Zebo spawn points right behind that wave gate that Derp was farming a little bit, but of course you're always kind of ready for the idea that like GT or Ridley might show up, but you don't want to depend on that for determining exactly how you handle rooms if you don't know.
Absolutely. And I like to keep my health, and in particular, ammo and supers up as much as possible. It's also nice if you have, say, Crystal Flash ammo. We talked about the baby earlier. If you have Crystal Flash ammo, especially if you don't have reserve tanks, you can just Crystal Flash once the baby gets you. So it's nice to keep that ammo up as much as you possibly can.
Yeah, and Gravity Skip has their wave beam now. And so hopefully Various Suit coming up real soon for them. And that'll kind of get them back on track. Derp finally through the GT fight. Getting, okay enough drops, I suppose.
Yeah, he's going to press on forward.
West Ocean.
Yeah. This is not doable without high jump. This is completely doable with high jump. Because you can do a surface gravity jump on this east side.
Yeah, he's realizing what he's gotten himself into here. He's going to try and get set up with a surface jump here. Unfortunately, just not quite enough run height to make it happen.
Yeah, fortunately, he can get the surface jump here, so he should be able to get out.
Yeah, getting out is not the challenge.
So unfortunately, gonna have to backtrack to get that gravity suit. That's a shot block. There we go. A lot of crumble blocks change into shot blocks here.
Yeah, so we'll see where they need to go to find high jump boots or gravity suit.
Also, nice catch from Derp for not getting hit by those side hoppers in the beta power bombs room. Unfortunately, just for missiles.
Okay, and now Giggles has the speed booster, so Giggles is kind of leading the way for Gravity Skip right now. Unfortunately, things have, kind of like the earlier seed, gotten pretty linear here. There's not been a lot of branching options. It's been a lot of hard gating, and oh man, Derp is.
And there's that baby.
Yeah. Ready.
Unfortunately,
to get drained.
Nothing in his reserves. No high jump boost to do a baby skip. At least he didn't have a lot of health coming in. But let's hope this next room is one he can get health back for pretty quickly.
I'm hoping it's like a random boss fight. Oh, that is a dangerous room to throw someone into.
And don't fall on the spikes and just throw a super missile at that. Yeah, there you go. Super missile and a P shot actually kills those, so. And with wave beam, super missile and a wave beam shot.
Yeah, Solsky is gonna at least have the warning from Derp as to what's coming up.
Yep, and he's got a reserve tank, so he'll be able to have at least some health. And Derp now not at 1 HP, so... Hey, there's one of your power bombs from the Green Pirates.
Every time. It's not a rare drop.
Oh, screw attack's nice. Phaser's not bad either. So we don't have plasma beam right now.
Yeah, more excited about the screw attack than the Spazer,
Oh,
if we're
for
being
sure.
honest. But you know,
A beam's a beam. All right, there. Giggles has the barrier suit, so we're good there. And a nice farm room.
yeah, this is actually a really nice room to run into after that baby Metroid room. We'll see if Solsky decides to also visit it, or if he decides to ride off of what he had in the reserve.
Yeah, he's looking much better off to begin with, having coming out of that baby room than Derp did. Looks like Solsky will also grab both Spazer and Screw Attack. Screw Attack's really nice in these. You don't always get it, but it's just makes things so much safer.
Yeah, and especially
And
for here, like
Gauntlet. Yeah.
Gauntlet. Space Jump Screw Attack is one of the most useful item combinations for Gauntlet.
Absolutely. Oh,
And
hi, high jump boots. There are those high jump boots.
Yeah, there's the high jump boots. So now we can traverse ocean. Or we can do this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you maybe go back there if nothing else comes of this route, but you know, it might be the gravity's at the end of this route, and then ocean just becomes a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with chasing this route. I don't necessarily agree with Solsky taking all those spike hits, but that's okay.
Well, we do find Big Pink, so place to save, place to get 3 items, place to farm up if you need to.
Yeah, and that's
lots
important.
of doors.
Yeah, lots of doors. Solsky and Dirt both going right for the save. We have Giggles discovering the GT fight, learning that those are shot blocks. I think he tried to crumble his way through them a couple times.
Yeah, I think he did. I hope. Yeah, okay, good. It looks like he's gonna do the same idea and just sit there and take the long fight. I should fire those supers, but doing the charge beam fight for the most part, I still think is better.
Oh, and a second E-Tank there at the bottom of Big
Nice.
Pink. It's a nice find.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of E-Tanks here so far.
Yeah, does Derp not have the speed booster? Did he never end up going to Croc?
I don't know if he did or not.
Huh. I don't remember. It may be that he hasn't gotten back to it yet.
Yeah, which is fine. Could be fine. It depends on do we find a speed booster gate on this path?
Exactly. There's a lot of potential to get pretty far down a path and then end up, gated by an item that you know where it was earlier. Always kind of a bad feeling. Interesting. Derp is turning around here.
It's also gonna fight Kraid. Kind of nice to hit Kraid with super missiles. I've had several Kraid fights where I have not had super missiles.
Is the floor of Party Zone not? Is the floor of Party Zone closed in this?
Do you mean like to get to the Mission Impossible?
No, like in Kraid's warehouse.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Key Hunter Party Zone room.
No, it's open, but they haven't gotten there.
Well, Derp was just there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And elected to turn around, and I'm not sure.
Oh, there's an item there, and just like normal, and then the power bomb item, and yeah, you can go down.
Okay, well, I disagree with that call by Derp to turn around there. Then seems like
it's an extra super missile. That's nice. Yeah, and Phoenix having encountered the baby. Yeah, I like this call from him, going ahead and hitting those power bombs so he can kill the Funes there.
We'll see where Derp is headed, that he wanted to abandon Kraid's warehouse. Because it doesn't look like Solsky has found anything super important over this way.
Yeah, we see Derp with Spring Ball.
Yeah, he did find that.
But Solsky doesn't have that, so... Yeah, I don't know. And we see now that Derp definitely does not have Speed Booster. This could punish them, again, if we see one of those Speed Booster locked rooms. So the hope on So Slow side is that any Speed Booster locked rooms are in the other direction.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the way back to Croc unless we saw sort of a convergence of the path somewhere. But I haven't been watching all 4 screens as closely as I would need to process all of that.
Yeah, and a little unfortunate here. Phoenix down into the gauntlet without having picked up that screw attack.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt a little bit for him. Okay.
I mean, this is doable, but he's got to be a little bit more careful. Take a little bit more time to avoid. And I like that he supered the Yappy Maw there. Not quite as dangerous when they're in the ceiling as they are when they're in the floor. But definitely a good idea. Yeah, I know. I'm sure they got their screw attack before they got the high jump boots. So I don't know. Maybe he doesn't realize that in that green pirate room you can go up. Like, neither one of those items is hard required. Like, Spazer is never going to be hard required in a seed. And screw attack is never. There's no way to make screw attack hard required.
Yeah. And Solsky's going for a pretty big backtrack here. I thought we might have seen him headed down to get his spring ball. And Derp as well. So now Derp may be turning back around to go to get his speed booster. Not sure. And let's see what's Phoenix Down going to do here in Big Pink.
Now, first thing he's going to do is save. Yeah, so they're both just ignoring the items above. I don't know if that's because of low health or because they just don't realize that those are shot blocks. I do believe Giggles has 1 HP there. I can't. For those of you that haven't commentated, the 0s and 8s look exactly the same, so we can't always tell. But considering he just came out of baby, it's a really good chance that that's a 6, an 06, and not an 86. So this is super, super dangerous right now. But the way he's playing it, maybe it is an 8-6. I just don't know. Oh no, okay. That's a 79, so it was an 8-6.
Yeah. Definitely an 8. We've figured it out. Yeah, it was completely impossible to tell.
Chat saying he has -1 health now. I like that.
I mean, that's a pretty safe place to be. I would definitely take -1 health if I was Giggles.
All right, Solsky now going to go ahead and do this fight. So I wonder if he's going to try and go on, because I'm pretty certain gravity's going to be available to them, but it's not hard required to get through that room. There are rooms that gravity is hard required for, that show up in the route rando. But that one is not one of them. That one can be done with high jump and space jump. Also, you see him using the farming strats. He's got that grapple beam, so it's a little safer to do it this way than it would have been for Derp when he did this earlier, or for I believe it was Giggles that did this fight earlier. But if you're gonna do this, he does want to use missiles to shoot out those orbs as much as possible, because you want to get down below 30. I think it's 32. You want to get down below 32 missiles, so that the crescent fights that beams that we're seeing right now don't get fired.
Yeah, so Giggles did go up and get the Screw Attack and Spazer now.
Okay,
And
that's
Dirk
good.
did go through West Ocean with those high jump boots and discovers that he's going to want to use some momentum through the door, but I don't think he's able to build enough of it here. So I don't think he's going to be able to get up through Precious Room with his current item set.
He's got Spring Ball, so he could do it that way. Also,
Oh yeah,
not logic.
oh yeah, he has the Spring Ball jump.
Yeah,
That's super easy.
yeah, the game's not going to force you to do Spring Ball jumps here, but you certainly can do them here. I mean, if this is the end path and they don't hit, if they don't hit any water rooms that are hard required for Gravity Suit, they might just be able to skip an entire path to Gravity Suit.
Although, yeah, I mean, Derp does have 3 total tanks. So.
Yep, he does. I was about to say he needs 3 tanks, but he's got that reserve, so he's got 3 tanks.
Yeah, Solsky as well, also going to come over this way. I'm really worried about that party zone situation. Also, I'm not sure where Solsky wants to set up his surface space jump. He wants to kill all the Skullteras, which is fair. Skullteras.
No, absolutely. Fish are dangerous. Oh, he had the surface space jump, just didn't quite keep it going. Yeah, getting the pancake out of the way too is smart.
All right, and now we're into another underwater room that also doesn't require anything specific other than high jump boots.
Yeah, I would have liked to seen Derp use some grapple beam action there. Grapple one-shotting crabs. And we do see an ice beam.
Yeah, ice grapple, high jump spring ball. There's not many underwater rooms that they can't do at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Whether it's in logic or not is irrelevant if you can get through and get to the end.
Yeah, I mean, both Solsky and Derp should be. I mean, pretty much anybody should be fine with that loadout in these rooms.
Yep.
These are pretty cozy. The worst part of the situation is honestly the health situation.
Yeah, I mean, various suit, 3 tanks. One of them's a reserve tank. Definitely going to make it tough if they run into Mother Brain, especially if there's no saves. It's not unusual to have your last save before Mother Brain pretty far back at times.
Yeah, very possible here that you know, with Charge Ice Wave Spazer, that they're just in good shape to finish the game.
Certainly doable.
I think it's very interesting that they're both choosing to pursue this rather than look around and see if they can find what the game wanted them to be doing, but could work out. Could also dead end and lead to a really crappy backtrack.
Oh, this is fun.
It's been a while. Your health isn't great. You don't have a crystal flash.
And this is vanilla Varisuit, so not the randomizer Varisuit where you do take less damage. He does have enough tanks to do this. I mean, this being, GT Classic does this on as low as, I think, 1 tank, if not 2, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is a high jump lava dive with sufficient tanks. It looks like he's going to bail, though.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. Well,
maybe he's just
no. I think he might want to be getting that reserve full, and that makes sense. Because if you kill these Metroids efficiently, you're going to get a lot of health back from them.
Yeah, and Derp's reserve is definitely full. He can roll in and be good to go. He just needs to execute. It's an interesting call here. I guess I haven't watched Derp do his lava dives in a while. But
first try, very nice.
He's in. Well, he had 1 try, so...
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean... Looks like
just a missile
turning around.
I almost feel like what he would... The only thing... I mean, obviously an E-Tank would be great right now. But the other thing that could be super useful for Derp is a power bomb to get him to crystal flash ammo.
Yeah, nice back of gauntlet there from Derp. Solsky is headed back across West Ocean. So we'll see. Okay, Derp knows the Ripper 2s are coming, and he wants a bunch of health drops.
Yep, and they will drop big health because he has full missiles.
Mm-hmm. He has 30 max supers, so even if he stumbles into, a bad fight, should be able to make it work.
Yeah, this ammo is really good. Oh wow, another hub. I don't know what is this room called. I mean, it's not quite pre-plasma because there's a couple more rooms before that. Oh wow,
It's like pre-Cassius.
Yeah. And we do see amphitheater now, which he's got high jump, space jump, so he should be fine. And he was well ahead of the acid, so not a problem. But that's not exactly the room you want to see with that loadout.
Yeah, these are some rough rooms. And thankfully, Derp does have 8 power bombs and not 0 here. And gets a drop there off the wall, off the Tuskegee.
Hey.
Maybe that was the mod. It probably was the modification Viola.
That's an E-tank. That's enough energy to survive Mother Brain without going into your reserve. So Derp's good to go now.
I forget that they put a Viola in that room. It's kind of weird. Like, it makes sense because you can need a power bomb and not have to farm it on low percents, but...
Yeah, I kind of like that. Oh, Phoenix, careful.
In Three Musketeers.
Oof.
I don't know where he found Three Musketeers, but they found him at the wall.
And he doesn't have that screw attack yet, so... But, yeah, the... what I was gonna say.
Derp is like way down the rabbit hole here. If this dead ends in something he can't do, I guess it's lucky that he hasn't saved in quite a while. I like this choice to just be sure he's full off of those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go through this maze with the spring ball. And, oh, Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't know where he was to get there. I don't know where his last save is. I've been just fascinated with Derp's route here.
Yeah, it's so high risk reward, I think. Like, it seems like he's probably headed toward the end game.
Yeah, I feel like Gravity Suit's going to be on the path that everybody else is on. And that this is going to get him to the end. He does get a save room here. Let's see if he uses it. I could see not taking it just in case this does dead end in nothing.
I think he can spring ball jump up here. Oh, he's going to wall jump it.
Let's see. I can't see the item. Oh, the first one's a missile. We don't know what the second one is.
And he's going to bail without looking at it.
And we do see the pants room over on Giggle's side, so that grapple beam is hard required.
This is a big call by Derp here.
He's taking the save.
Locking it in. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing he's done that he can't backtrack through.
Yeah, he can backtrack through all of it. It's just a lot of it's very slow.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I did say that the pants room is grapple hard required, but technically you can do the crystal flash clip to get through it. What you cannot do is use ice beam because the enemy's removed there to keep that out. Kind of a weird choice if you ask me, but some of the other... I remember what I was thinking of earlier. The Route Rando does a pretty good job of putting enemies that drop things that you might need in places that you normally wouldn't have to worry about getting them. Either cack attacks or supers.
Expected.
Or,
this pre-Batuan hallway off of Aqueduct.
Yep, not a surprise. Actually, it is a surprise. Like, normally that's what you expect. It's like, oh, wait, this is vanilla. Oh, he does get that last power bomb, so he now has crystal flash ammo if he absolutely needs it. Although at this point, I mean, the baby's passed, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. And he's got a reserve. But it is kind of a nice feeling to at least know you have that in your back pocket in case you need it.
Yeah, his ammo situation is pretty good. Yeah, he's gonna have to bring that Metroid along.
Now, this ice clip can be required, although I've not yet seen it without gravity suit required.
And Solsky is back at the climb.
Okay, Giggle's going through the Three Musketeers with the screw attack. Much, much safer.
Yes. This is interesting because all of our runners are kind of on different paths. Derp is trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, and in fact, now I think about it, he could have just reset those power bombs, but I think he just wants that extra confidence because he did save right down here.
Yeah, and also he's at the top of the room, so he can position himself here to easily take the left exit.
Yep.
Now he could have just done a spring ball jump up, but like I don't begrudge him the decision to
yeah, I think yeah, I think either call is a good one. We see Giggles in it, for a moment I thought it was worse from the game, but it's actually that first room to the right in Lower Norfair that you don't ever see the top of because you don't ever go there. Oh my god, there's the end!
Yeah, the Derps are right by Aqueduct. We're probably going to see Solsky finish his botch and turn around and roll with it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's perfectly capable of doing this. See, it looks like Derp's going to go for the spring ball zeb skip. Very nicely done. This is not going to be a free fight for Mother Brain, although he's got a pretty good amount of ammo to supplement his beam combination. The hard part, of course, he's only got 3 tanks and I believe just the 1 reserve.
Yeah, he's got old route beam. He's got 19 supers left.
I mean, he should be fine.
Like
it's not free, but it's definitely well within TG Derp's skill set.
Yeah, Solsky about to find his landing site, and it looks like we do have pants room here for Phoenix down.
Also, I just realized we're on the weird glitch where the beeping keeps happening, even though they've got energy. I'm not sure. Oh, there's Ridley.
Yeah, Giggles found Ridley with 2 tanks and a good beam, but no ice beam yet.
His ammo count's pretty good for this. Again, not sure if that's a 20 or a 28, but even if it's a 20, he has enough missiles that he could damage Ridley down to where those 20 supers would finish him off without using any of his charge beam shots or power bombs.
Yeah, I like this choice by Giggles to deal with the right facing pogos very conservatively and just roll under immediately, not get greedy for shots, and just I'd like to see him start pumping in some of those supers. And Derp is looking pretty good here.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, Derp is gonna finish up with a nice time, assuming that he doesn't get super confused in the escape. And Giggles will his Ridley fight.
Yeah, still looking for gravity suit. Got to be in here somewhere, but this is a huge amount of paths that Derp just completely skipped because, well, he could. There it is.
Gravity right behind Ridley.
Gravity behind Ridley.
And then that's going to set them up to turn around and go back through West Ocean and sort of follow the path that Derp took. And Phoenix found the Totori as a boss. So we have 3 bosses on screen. And we'll see if Solsky's just gonna run for it. I suspect he is. Like, I don't think
he's on path to GT.
Yeah. That he's gonna care all that much. He's just gonna say, well, there's a save right there in Aqueduct. I'm gonna take it and we're gonna get Mother Brain done, and the seed's gonna be done.
And same thing I'll say for Solsky that I said for Derp. Definitely not a free Mother Brain fight because of the most importantly because of the health, but definitely well within Solsky's skill set. So he should be fine.
Yeah, like at this health, even Mother Brain 3, not entirely free. Like if you end up off cycle, I wouldn't even begrudge someone for like lag cornering this fight, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially like if you're ahead of your teammate like that. Now it is average time, so Derp finishing fast does, help the team more than it might in other co-op sort of winner determination modes.
So really the scariest thing that can happen to Derp is some of these acid rising rooms without gravity suit. Especially if you end up in the Leodox room backwards. That one's a little bit scary without a suit.
Yeah, Derp has shown prowess at surface space jumping, so I'm sure that he would be able to get through it.
Now, speaking of the Leodox room, backwards, Phoenix is in that room right now. The only rooms that can show up more than once in a route random are all the ones that show up in the escape.
Yeah, I like this decision by Derp to not just take the right-facing door.
Because of course it's the animals.
Rip. Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be one right-facing door that'll go to the animals, either in parlor or in the climb. Everything else is just there's one blue door that's your progression towards the escape.
Yeah, the animals are out of the way, so those bomb blocks are also out of the way. And here we do have a reverse Leodox room.
Yeah, he did kill the pirate that tends to like to snipe you coming up there.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
He should be fine. He'll snipe you while you're in the wall jump pose where you're vulnerable, even with screw attack.
I see a lot of runners not choose to kill that pirate on their way through the room, and I'm not really sure why. It usually ends up losing people time.
Yep.
Oh, and we have another potential acid room here. Derp's going to have to get through that one.
He's good. And there's the landing site.
Yeah, that's going to be the last challenge there for Derp.
Yeah, very nicely done from Derp. GG's.
GG to Derp. Solsky is he's going through the pants room, so he's not going to West Ocean. Derp never went through this, I don't think.
Nope. And Derp cannot go back in unless he wants to undone, so I don't see that happening.
No. If it were not an average time format, then sure.
Yep.
But he's just going to be in voice chat giving Solsky a hard time about not just going and finishing the game.
Pretty much.
And I think that's the right play, honestly.
I agree. I am a little surprised. I mean, those are things that I gotta believe Solsky's perfectly capable of doing. So I am surprised that 100%. He's not just going for it.
I have no idea why. We'll have a chat about this one. We probably actually won't, but maybe we will.
Well, you can at least give him a hard time.
Yeah. I can do it now, and then just kind of leave it there. But Phoenix Down is also going through the pants room.
Yeah, using that grapple beam. I like to see runners use that grapple beam on those Meridia enemies. Just most Meridian enemies are just one shot by it. Just so nice. The fish being the exception. Oh, careful, Solsky. Key hunters will hurt you.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to know where gravity actually is.
Yeah, I mean, he is definitely on the path to gravity.
Yeah, this leads to Ridley, and then to Moat, where gravity is. That's bad, though. Yeah, that's not having your screw attack active into a yellow pirate.
Let's see, where is his last save? At the ship?
Ship probably about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah. The ship has some nice shortcuts, so he should be able to get back to where he needs to be.
Yeah, we'll see which way he chooses to go. I'm hopeful that he's just going to go and skip Gravity Suit at this point after he realizes that the path to Gravity Suit is long and not especially comfortable.
Yep.
And all it can lead to is, gravity is the thing that's going to let them get through the seed.
Exactly.
He knows there's an E-tank coming up.
Because right now,
Mother Brain's very achievable.
Yeah, at this point he's actually behind Giggles. Giggles on the right path to get through the seed with the Gravity Suit. Now, as long as Solsky finishes ahead of Phoenix, they'd win for sure. And even if he finishes behind Phoenix, he'd have to finish sufficiently behind, assuming, of course, everything holds true to where we're seeing people are right now.
Yeah, I mean,
so he's got time to work with, but at some point, you got to make the call. Do I just go back and try and get that Gravity Suit, or should I just go the path I know is taking me to the end?
Yeah, and this is one of those situations where the path to the end has Aqueduct sort of right before Mother Brain. So even if you aren't like, I want to do a 3-tank Charge Ice Wave Spazer Mother Brain in Varia, which is a defensible stance to take for sure.
Yep.
How many tries is it going to take you before you're going to lose the time of going to Gravity Suit?
Yep, exactly.
And in Solsky's mind, he doesn't even know that that's necessarily Gravity Suit there. It could be something that leads to some other path or another branch.
I mean, they do have Spring Ball, and Speed Booster. That could be there could be a Frog Speedway somewhere. There isn't. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, I suppose they do have everything to get through everywhere. So I guess it does have to lead to exactly Gravity. But yeah, it looks like he's going through the Wave Gate, probably headed for
yeah. Looks like that is the case, and he already killed GT, so he doesn't do that again. Did Derp just never grab that Speed Booster early? That's that's really cool.
Speed Booster wasn't, a thing that he was interested in today. Yeah, I like this choice from Solsky. I don't like not making this choice minutes ago, but that's okay.
Yep. I would like to see him kill the fish, though. Okay, that's better. Oh, God. Phoenix has to be careful. Oh. And not lose the space jump and not get nailed by the Disgigas with...
Yeah, those guys hit really hard.
Yes, they do. And we're going to see some more spring ball jumping, but you need to turn off spring ball, not bombs.
He can't bomb jump now.
Like, I don't actually know how long spring ball jump has been around. It just until Randomizer, it just didn't have any application. So it might have been around much longer. But I don't believe that this particular Randomizer was created with spring ball jumps in mind as a way to get through things.
And it looks like Giggles must not have found Ice Beam.
Yeah, because he's power bombing those Metroids. Fortunately, he's got plenty.
The Ice Beam was just one room off the path, too. That's kind of insane. But that's the interesting thing is we've seen a number of runners in these races, or a number of teams miss an item that another team found that was just one slightly different side path off of a room that everyone was already in, and just not fully exploring the map, and missing some pretty big items.
Now, I didn't see if Solsky took the save there, or is he still not in that room yet? I'm like sitting there thinking he just was in Aqueduct because this
Yeah,
is
'cause-
normally the room that's right after Aqueduct. But
yeah, I
actually
don't believe
know.
he's made it to Aqueduct just yet. I
Okay.
think that's coming up. I think it's actually the next room,
Yeah, that could be.
or one
Or
more.
yeah, like one more because there's no bottom door. The only rooms that do not show up in Route Rando that I've confirmed that do not show up are the sand pits, all the sand pit rooms. Like the ones where you fall down, and then the ones that the two with the items.
And Solsky using the ice beam here and choosing to reset the room. Good decision on his part. So he'll have to get through his lava dive, and then once that's over, he's going to get to Aqueduct and get that late game save. It's a little high off the Namahe face.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he pops his reserve, he should be able to get through this, but yeah, he's gonna
And
be
there
hurt.
is another power bomb pack coming, so.
Okay, that looked good. Doesn't really need that third
All
jump
right.
off the face, but he does get through.
Through is through.
Exactly.
We put that one in the W column when we move on.
Absolutely. Especially on that low health. Unfortunately, he's got 9 power bombs for this plus screw attack, so this should be pretty safe. I like that he's taken the time to wait for that acid to go down.
Our team is very, very good at dying in gauntlets, so I want him to be extra careful.
And he could farm these guys too if he wants to.
And I think we're going to see him do that, I hope.
Yeah.
Probably just checking with Derp, like, hey, is Ridley coming right away?
Yeah, we're not going to see Ridley on this side. And I wanted an even better farm room, actually, because he could just grapple those bugs if you wanted to. I was a little surprised he doesn't, because he's going to want to get those reserves filled at some point.
And Derp really made it through a lot of these nodes quite quickly, like found the right path pretty much first thing. And good of Solsky knowing he wanted to space jump into that room, getting good notes from Derp.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a room that I often forget to space jump in, just in normal randomizer. Just that sometimes you have the space jump and sometimes you don't. So I'll do it wrong. Like I'll either not have space jump and I'll jump through, or I'll have space jump and I'll forget to jump through. So good on Solsky to remember that. And there is also an E-tank somewhere along the way. It might be right here. I'm not sure. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, there it is. It wouldn't surprise me if Derp has Solsky's stream up just to help coach him through it. The runners are allowed to watch each other's streams. They're obviously not allowed to watch any other streams, obviously, especially the restream or their opponents, but they can be watching each other.
And Phoenix is going to get to Ridley here, going for his gravity suit.
And he's got good ammo, but that being only on Various Suit and only 22 health plus the reserve is a little scary at Ridley. Actually, it's a lot scary.
I don't remember.
He's handling really well so far, though. Okay, I maybe spoke too soon, but he's still in relatively good shape.
I don't remember if we ever saw the like Cack Attack Alley room from Derp, but I think we did see Metroid's 1, so.
Oh, so this is really rough because I think Ridley's dead, but okay, Ridley's spontaneously exploding, so he's good. I was gonna say that it's a little scary when you think when Ridley's dead, but you're that low in health, because you want him to grab you, but if he slightly misses and you take damage, then that's just bad news. And we see Gales has made it to the end.
Yeah, and so right now this is 11 minutes past when Derp made it to the ship, so that's just sort of building a solid time buffer.
Yeah, I mean
for Solsky here, even if he should have time or
yeah,
trouble.
Solsky's going to take the save, so he's got a few tries.
Yeah, you make it to Aqueduct in this situation, and that's like right at the end of the seed. Solsky, what are you doing, dude? Are you not going to save at Aqueduct?
Oh, he's gonna. Is he gonna snail climb? I actually am not sure he knows how to do the. This is weird. So I know he can grapple jump out of Dragon's room because I know he does suitless Dragon in
he knows.
SMZ3.
He knows
But I
how
think he likes to snail climb in Aqueduct instead of doing the grapple jump. But he is taking the save, so we're good. Or you could just springball jump through the. Although maybe he wants to get that power bomb. I don't know.
I have trouble understanding why, but it looks like he might just be memeing with the snail climb. Maybe he's looking at the timer and just kind of wants to, show off the strat here with the spring ball. This seems like something he would do.
Mm. Meanwhile, Giggles in the Mother Brain fight. With this beam combination, we're talking. I call this the bad math beam. It's 86 shots, actually 85 point something weird, because that 210 damage not dividing evenly into 18,000. I don't quite understand why all the other beam damages divide so nicely into 18,000, which of course is our core bosses, Ridley and Mother Brain, and then we get to Spazer and Spazer and Wave Only, and 210 for whatever reason. Let's throw in a 7,
Yeah, somewhere the balancing of things lost the elegance. And I suppose that's okay.
But he is through.
Yeah. And Solsky is into the Mother Brain 1 room.
Is he gonna do a springboard? No, he's gonna. It looks like he's just gonna use all missiles. He can choose if he wants to go back and refill. If he loses enough energy, he's gonna want to come back and refill.
Yeah,
and right now he needs that reserve.
I think this is actually a good slow play from him.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he knows he's losing a bit of time, but he also knows that Derp finished sort of an actual forever ago. So he's just going to take the extra time to refill so he has a little bit more ammo for the Mother Brain fight, and I think that's a great call.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's not refilling the missiles. I'm not sure. That I don't think it's a great call, but...
I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like with this beam combination, even regular missiles is higher DPS than
absolutely
than the beam combination.
Higher DPS, and he's just doing Solsky things.
Well, for him it'll be 60 shots minus his ammo. Meanwhile, Giggles into the cutscene.
Yeah, and he should be comfortable with this fight. I mean, like, Mother Brain can kill you, as I'm good at demonstrating. So, I can't give anyone grief over not handling a Mother Brain fight well. But
yeah, I know. Personally,
I think it would have saved time to do the missile refill there.
Yeah, I agree. As someone who has very recently been thrown into some very low-powered Mother Brain fights and gotten through it, it's a nice feeling to know you can do that after all the SMZ3s we play, where you end up with a bazillion E-tanks and bazillion ammo, and you just tank damage, so you don't have to damage down as much at the end.
Yeah,
but not like that. That's too much.
That's too much.
That's too much. That's a reset.
That is too many onion rings. So I guess it saves time if you don't refill if you die.
Meanwhile, Giggles in the escape.
So this will kind of set bounds and expectations for finish time limits for Solsky, so he'll kind of know what he's working with there. But it looks like he is going to go for the snail climb again.
I mean, the other option is to just go through the power bombs.
Yeah, I think that's indisputably faster.
Which can be done with either a wall jump or a spring ball jump.
Yeah. Spring ball jump probably the fastest way. Definitely the least input intensive way.
Yeah, it's really the least painful way. I know some of those intense wall jumps in Meridia just destroy my hands, so.
Yeah, either way, another very nice snow climb. It's sort of interesting to me that the gravity skips both went to get the gravity suit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
And maybe it's just their name indicates that the other team is going to gravity skip. Meanwhile, Phoenix into his GT fight.
Yeah, and we can see these attempts are only taking, 3 to 4 minutes for Solsky to get back to the point where he's at Mother Brain 1.
Let's see if he refills his missiles this time. All right, Giggles finishing up with an official SRL time of 1:14:56. So just under 17 minutes, if my math is correct, ahead of or behind Derp, which means Solsky needs to finish less than 17 minutes ahead of Phoenix. And Phoenix starting to catch up, so he probably can fail this one more time, but if he fails it...
He needs to finish it less than 17 minutes behind Phoenix.
Right.
So Phoenix would have to
finish, okay. Did I say ahead?
Would have to take another 17 and a half minutes.
Yeah, so he definitely could... He probably has a couple more deaths for
he
that.
Has about 7 tries left.
Okay, fair enough.
If we're ballparking it at about the amount of time it took between the first try and this one, before it gets very close. If we want to talk about how many Ganon falls.
That's a good analogy. Okay, very nice Mother Brain 1, and now he's got all those missiles to use on Mother Brain 2 here.
Yeah, I do like this revision of the strat to sort of increase the number of missiles you've got. I would like to see him just sort of go for the save ammo, get to catch up, and then just get the fight over with. He does have space jump and screw attack, which can be really helpful.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of saving the usually 15 supers, but in this case it would be the 10 supers and let's see, 5 15. Supers would be 15 missiles. Yeah. But
it can
some
be
people
Sorry.
Some people like to do the shots. Like he's doing the shots first. So maybe he's just going to count. Like I don't like to count at the end, so just have the ammo left. Okay, yeah. Already into reserves.
Yeah, and I actually like that choice by Solsky since it's going to deal an absolute amount of damage. It's good to just have the reserves fully drained if it's not going to, max your health out, to just know. So now if he sees, 300, he knows, okay, game over. Let's
reset.
Just reset the aqueduct and keep it moving because, they know the time buffer from the SRL channel.
It's good that save location was available too. Okay, we're in catch-up.
Yeah, and this is it's nerve-wracking, right?
Oh, for sure.
And looks like he is through.
I think he's through. Here we go. And like you said, Mother Brain 3, not exactly free here, but, still should be fine.
Yeah, and working with a time window that is, order of a quarter of an hour.
And
I would like to see him go for lag corner strats and just block it up, do the risk-free thing. But we know Solsky. And he may not choose to do that.
The good news is Derp will be able to lead him through the escape. So some of those acid rooms, he should be able to avoid the worst of them. We'll see if Derp leads him to the animals this time. Didn't do it this morning.
Yeah, I have a feeling Solsky's probably not the happiest in voice chat right now, just after taking a Mother Brain death. So I could see maybe not trolling him too hard. And Phoenix is choosing to farm up here. Are these Zoas, I think is what these ones are?
If not, someone in chat can correct us.
Yeah, I know that someone in chat knows. Well, whatever they are, the Meridia bugs.
Yeah, they're a very good place to farm.
Yeah.
Phoenix, knowing that Mother Brain fight is coming, and probably wants to have max supers for it.
And he does have 25 max ammo, which is really nice for supers. The super drop rate on those guys is pretty garbage. Okay, not quite lag corner strats, but pretty safe.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job of keeping Mother Brain from actually shooting any onion rings, which is your main goal here.
Yeah,
you can get a nice pattern going like he's got.
As long as you keep her dancing and banging her head, she gets distracted and never attacks you.
Yeah, very nicely done. All right, through Mother Brain 3, just needs to get through this escape.
Gets the appropriate time leaving that room, so that's good. And yeah, just needs to make it to the ship successfully. And he will be free of route rando. Which is the most important part, really.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with these route randos, but I know I've vetted a bunch of seeds. I'm ready. I'm very ready to be done.
And he kills the relevant pirate. That's good. Gets the moonfall. Should be in good shape. Yeah, no acid. So he's through one of the 2 dangerous rooms.
The most dangerous room, I'd say.
Yeah. The bottom of the climb is pretty dangerous.
Yeah, that's fair. Didn't quite get the moonfall this time.
Not he's shooting the hyper beam for the lag there. Nothing in the way, but does get through, and now he'll be good to go.
And there it is, Solsky finishing up with an official SRL time of 1:21:43, well ahead of where he needs to be. So this will definitely be a win for Slow. So GG to Slow, Solsky and Derp.
GG to Solsky and Derp. Glad they were able to hold it down this week.
And we got Solsky and Derp joining us.
I don't want to talk about it.
I've spent about 12 minutes longer than I should have spent talking about it, so
no.
I also don't want to talk about it.
You know what was funny? Was Derp and I, and it was mainly my fault, had a miscommunication on like whether you can snail climb. I kept calling it snail clip. And he's like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I was like, and that's why I bailed on it. So the death actually saved me, because then I just went for it, and I was going to learn the grapple climb, and then I was like, well...
Yeah, I gotta ask. Yeah. I mean, you can grapple out of
yeah, but
Dragon's room, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I get it. It's similar, but like...
I think that's the harder one. Although Astra thinks the easier one is the one out of Dragon's room and not the one in Aqueduct. So what do I know?
Okay, like I'm gonna say, if you like, Derp said the same thing. He's like, yeah, it's easy though. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna explain this to you. If you've never done it before and you're in a race and you died and you're already this behind, you're gonna panic.
No, I totally get that. I totally get that. I totally agree. I'm just a little surprised that that's not something you've picked up before. But yeah, you can do the Dragon.
I've just like never needed it, right? With snail climb and everything.
Never snail climb gets. I mean, you don't need grapple beam for the snail climb, so why not know how to do it, right?
Yeah, half the times if it's like say an SMZ3 and it's reversed, I might not have it, right? So I just never really prioritized it like I would like a grapple escape from Dre. But yeah,
I mean, you can power bomb out the door or the 2 blocks like right above the save room, and then just spring ball jump up to that door you were going to, though.
So where was Gravity, by the way?
Shut up, Michael.
It was right behind Ridley.
Yeah, so
Solsky was
okay.
On the path.
Second question.
It was not good.
Who would ever do that though? Like, honestly, in what scenario would you actually do that?
Do what?
In the
Springmall
scenario
jump
where
past the powerbomb floors.
I do
SMG3 all the time.
I do it all the time.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
Standard play.
All the time. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Every scene.
Never seen anyone do it before, but yeah.
So I'm actually really excited that you guys did that play because I haven't been admitting to my seeds, but this is one I vetted. Actually, me and Ace played it offline a few days ago, and he's like, "Oh, you got to keep this one in. You got to keep this one in." I'm like, okay, because it was very low tank for a while. And we're like, oh, and I'm like, oh, do we really keep this one in? So I was really glad to see that not only did it get in there because we do have a few spares. But that we got to see someone actually skip the gravity suit the way you guys did to see this play out the way it did.
Was I close? I was like, believe in the heart of the card, Stolsky, take the right door.
You were like 5 rooms away from Ridley, so if I remember right, dude. Like,
I was so mad I died there too. I was like, how did I die off a golden pirate, like screw attacking up? And I know it's because I made contact with the wall.
Yeah, it's just
it
a
like
wall
breaks it,
generation.
but like I was so mad. I was like, no, dude.
Yeah, that was a rough death to take. Ultimately, it probably, I guess it probably didn't save you time, but it didn't cost you time.
Well, I would have like flown through the rest of the game, so
Yeah, I
kind of would have
think
been, but yeah.
I was gonna say probably pretty even because you would have had to do the Ridley fight, which wasn't a bad fight because you had pretty decent ammo.
Yeah, I would have
and
been
then
okay with that.
Yeah, and then you would have had to, go all the way back with the gravity suit. But then the water parts would have been faster. Right?
So like I was telling
Whereas
Dirk,
otherwise you death warp back and you just do the slow version. So I think it was pretty equal.
I was telling Dirk during that Mother Brain fight, I'm like, I'm gonna die here because I'm gonna overthink this and play too safe, and then that's exactly what happened in the first fight. Both times I tried to screw attack, and I took like the second one was like a full-on onion ring, so I got all of it. Past
Yeah.
frame,
Yeah,
so oh god.
Yeah, thank goodness for the aqueduct save. Unfortunately, Phoenix just taking a death has decided doesn't want to finish this one out. I can't say that I blame. That's a tough Mother Brain fight.
That's a tough
and
seed.
when you've already lost at this point. But
Yeah.
yeah, it is definitely a tough seed.
Derp, how did it feel to make the god call, by the way? Because Derp was like
Dude.
heading up and he was like, I don't know if I should do this. What do you think? I'm like, dude, it's your call. I'm gonna head to Batu because I think that's where we need to go, and then go
Which
from
was
there.
useless.
Well, we thought we cleared all of Big Pink.
So I assume that like you can do Forgotten Highway with that item set. I don't know if it was in logic. Like I'm pretty sure just going through that in the first place was already the wrong way.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
I'm pretty that is in logic. I actually encountered that in a seed hard required and actually rejected that seed because I kept it at first, but then it never came up again as a hard requirement, and I'm like, it's a bit much, so I took that one out. So it can be required, but in this case, I think the part that really required you to have gravity suit was Precious Room. Because I don't think spring ball jumps are accounted for in this.
Yeah. Real quick, I have a question for you, Derp.
Yeah.
When you went into like basically Kraid's warehouse into Party Zone and you got the super missiles out of the wall, why did you not keep going through the floor?
That's a great question.
That's why he thought he did everything.
I was really terrified that gravity suit was going to be on that path.
Well, it was.
And
right?
No, I don't think Solsky ever ultimately went back that way.
I did. I went past it after
Okay.
Batoon was junk, and then I went past it, and then I took the death, and I was like, all right, I'm following you, Derp.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no.
So neither of you picked up gravity then?
No.
Yeah. So gravity was behind Ridley, which was behind just a series of rooms where screw attack or plasma would have been wonderful. And Phoenix didn't go up to check the gauntlet items before he left the gauntlet. So he had to backtrack to get those.
Yeah, this was a wild ride.
And I'm never gonna play Route Rando again.
That's what I was saying. I was saying the best thing here is that Solsky knows he's done with Route Rando.
There is a reason. there's a reason my comment for that is Route Rando was designed by a sadist.
There have been some really fun seeds, but this is definitely a rougher one. And to be honest, I'd actually love to keep it in, but all of us admins are like, do we really want to vet 30 seeds again? Because it's been a lot of Route Rando for us.
Never again.
Not even once.
My first Ridley death was a series of unfortunate tail swipes there when he was definitely dead.
Yeah, even the time you made it through, like, Ridley was being a bit of a clown.
Yeah, that's why I knew he was dead, but I was like, how is he not dead yet? I just had to wait for the explosions that time. So, yeah, it was definitely rough. After I died on that first gold pirate without getting screw attack before taking that branch, then I was just kind of tilting afterwards.
Yeah, that's a rough miss. I mean, the Spazer is the Spazer, and of course you didn't get plasma, so it's certainly useful. But yeah, missing screw attack in one of these. Screw attack is very, very powerful in a Route Rando, I think. It's never required, but it's definitely wanted.
Yeah, I think with that screw attack, I, maybe get through that the first time. With that many supers, I think it was extremely unlikely that Ridley was going to give me trouble.
How many screw attack rooms do we have in a row there? I know we had that Forgotten Highway pancake room. We had Mickey Mouse. I feel like there were 2 more.
Yeah, there was 3 Musketeers, as well as the room before. Pillars.
Fast pillar setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty much all Lower Norfair.
And yeah, I mean, you don't need the screw attack, but boy, does it make it easier and faster and a lot safer.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, considering we only had 2 E-tanks at the time.
I know, right? This is definitely a very low tank. I'm pretty certain there was one more tank available in the seed, but I couldn't tell you where it is.
So neither of them got gravity. Interesting.
Nope, no gravity.
So it was a spring ball jump. That's logical then to get through?
Nope.
Nope.
We're pretty certain. I mean, I can't say that for sure because there's no source that says, hey, these are the things that are in logic. Just from my experience playing, pretty certain that East Ocean is logical. Though I didn't actually vet any seeds that did that with the surface space jump, but pretty certain that the Precious Room wants you to have gravity suit and does not take spring ball jumps into account.
See, I didn't think you could go left to right without gravity. Even with space jump, I couldn't find a place to set up a jump to get to the surface.
Yeah, it's right at the end.
You need to have high jump. I know the first time anyone got there, I forget whether it was Derp or Solsky, they did not have high jump, and you can't do it without high jump. You absolutely need high jump.
Yeah, when I got there, I didn't have high jump and I didn't have spring ball.
Yeah.
So that's why I went and I was looking for items, and I didn't think to go do that until we found gravity.
Yeah, that was something. Definitely was something.
But I guess that answers the question of how Derp finished that a full 17 minutes before I did it.
So we were both at Precious at the same time, and he kept going. And I bailed to a supposed last location that wasn't.
I do have to ask Solsky and Derp, what was the conversation like when you were deciding whether to go forward at that point or not?
Left it in Derp's hands. Derp felt comfy with the play, and we both agreed. We had the same mindset.
Yeah, it's like
this could lead right to the end. So it might.
I mean, I kept running into like a bunch of late game rooms, and I was like, "This is 100% leading me to the end." It's just the question of should I finish because I hadn't picked up speed yet. I was actually just planning on doing that, but apparently I just finished the game instead.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. Was speed even hard required anywhere?
Well,
No, I
no,
don't
because
think
Dirk
so.
never got it.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, let me,
Obviously.
let me ask the better question. Was it logically required anywhere? Because I don't think it was even logically required anywhere.
Not to my knowledge. Grapple was, but
I
speed
don't believe
wasn't.
so, yeah.
It's nice to have though.
Grapple was needed for Pants Room, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Not hard required because you can do the crystal flash clip, but who wants to do that? They did take the Puyo out, so you can't ice clip.
Unfortunate.
That's
I
rude.
know, right?
It's like they left
I
everything.
can't do
else
either
in.
of those things, but that's still rude.
It's like they made grapple like a super hard required item that you can't trick your way through. And
Yeah,
what is it? Speed for Frog Speedway is the only other. I don't want to say only other item, but
Speed
Spring
plus
ball.
spring
Yeah,
ball
spring
for
ball,
the
yeah.
logical require. That's at least only logical. It is possible to do that without spring ball, but as we saw last night, it's not something I recommend.
Yeah, we came across that in our practice, Phoenix. It was we were like, oh hey look, Frog Speedway, this will be nice and easy, and then it wasn't.
No. Yeah, our chat was more like, I think I'm gonna die now. Yep, I'm gonna die again. Yep, looks like I'm gonna die again.
Well, I think you two handled yourself really well in this seed. We've seen some interesting other seeds where I feel like you just had the unfortunate A to run into a really good team, and B to just have such a low E-tank situation just to make it more difficult for this seed.
Well, I mean, it would have been fine if Derp wasn't like breaking logic.
I'm just glad I got to play the one seed that actually lets you break logic, because I swear, like, Route Random hates you sequence breaking.
Yeah, because you had that huge, the huge branch to get gravity, right? But if you say, well, this branch wants me to have gravity, so let's just go this way.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
can.
all it would have taken is a sewers room to halt that sequence break. Because I'm pretty certain those have been recreated so that you can't go through them without gravity suit.
Sounds about right.
Can't you do the stupid bomb jump to get through sewer room though?
Maybe. I haven't tested that.
Like you can you can
sewer room being like one of the ones with the sand pits below the sand pits.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you can just smash bombs to get out of that.
Yep.
Okay, so maybe it is sequence breakable, but
Yeah, I think
you can also do a jump out of it too. Like if you time your jump properly, you can still get out of it even without high jump.
It depends on
which
the
one.
pit.
Yeah.
There are some that you just physically cannot. Like there's one that has they added a wall and a platform at the bottom so that you can't do that.
Yeah,
that one I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I think on the right side of both of them, they've added some extra stuff to make it hard.
This is I'll admit this seed was slightly less frustrating than losing a PB to baby skip this morning in warm up. You can ask Derp. I was messaging him. He was already getting ready for the race. I was blowing him up. I was like, "This is BS."
Well, that means you're ready for. You're gonna get that PB then. You're right there.
Yeah, it's also kind of funny. Like me and Giggles got to race each other, like while we're kind of competing in any percent for 45.
Oh, nice.
So that's a lot of things going on there.
Our PBs are currently tied, so when I'm 17.2 seconds ahead at G4 after a slow fast fan tune and missing full halfie, I'm in a good spot.
Yeah.
And then I just forgot how to function. It was a great way to warm up and a great boost of energy given to me in the form of pure unadulterated rage to start the day.
Derp, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you lose this race between Giggles, then I'm gonna pull rank and use that one team substitute, and you're out of here. All right.
Uh-oh.
So you better start grinding, boy.
Yeah,
oh dear.
You can go gravity skip for someone else.
We could use that PB last week then.
Yeah. So apparently, gravity skip means the other team skips gravity, not you. So.
That's like the galaxy brain play. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah. When Derp saved at Aqueduct, I was just like, oh man, he's committed. We're going in.
Oh, did you have to do the back and forth wall jump there to get up?
No, I had
a lot of ways to get out. You can grapple jump up, yeah. As we saw, Solsky snail climbed up and then fall down, or you can just do a spring ball jump.
Yeah, it was just that Aqueduct was like very close to the end of that whole route, which turned out to be pretty convenient for the Mother Brain fights. But if you're going through Suitless and don't know that Mother Brain's coming up, like if you end up getting a hard locked and having to backtrack out to get Speed Booster, for instance, like that's a big commitment, that save.
Yeah, I had an inkling that I was very close to the end, but it was definitely a risky save. I'll agree. Mm-hmm. Like if I wasn't on a super long path without any saves, I probably would not have taken it.
Yeah, see, that was exactly the reason I thought that you shouldn't take it. I was like, he's on a super long path where his save could get him back out of backtracking through all of these miserable rooms.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I haven't been able to watch a ton of these. Has there been a sub-hour time before today?
Yeah, there's been quite a few.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I want to
Like this
say
one,
that
there hasn't.
no, not like this one. That ability to sequence break. I do believe this is the only one where actually I don't even remember finding one where this was even possible, breaking completely sequence breaking around the gravity suit. But of course, there's plenty of seeds that I didn't do. So, but yeah, I want to say Astor might have gotten a sub 50 on his. I'll have to take a look.
I think it was a 51, something
Maybe
like that.
yeah, maybe it was a 51. See if I can find.
There
that
have been some
result.
good times. For
No,
sure.
no, he got a 48 on his second race.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Astor's kind of a arcade expert, though, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he plays a lot of arcade.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's pretty free, except for our boy Maniacal over there. So.
Heckin' Gauntlet,
the only
man.
L, dude.
Heckin' Gauntlet, man. Gauntlet is our Achilles heel.
Yeah, Gauntlet is the enemy.
All right, this is my weekly reminder from Nyquil right there.
Yeah, that. I mean, I gotta wear that bright red L.
Oh well, Dirk picked you up, so it all worked out.
Yeah, glad Derp's around to carry. Thanks, Derp.
Yeah, hopefully I win the 90% race so I don't get benched, since I'm clearly carrying you guys.
Well,
said
you may have won the battle today, Derp, but you will lose the war, because what do you think I'm going to spend the rest of tonight and all of tomorrow doing?
This might go unfortunately for me.
Oh gosh. All right. Anything else any of you want to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Nah, I'm about done my beer. I'm good.
You can't say that on broadcast.
I'm just going to reiterate that Route Rando was designed by a sadist, and not even once. Not even once.
To be fair, Leorin did have an RBO world record at one point, so anyone who runs RBO is a sadist, after all.
And
No.
impossible...
Anybody who runs RBO is a masochist. Anybody who designed something like that is the sadist.
I was gonna say it's even worse. He had the Super Metroid Impossible record for a while, so I think that just kind of says it all.
Of course, I say this as I'm getting ready to. As soon as I get the 45, I'm going to be running RBO.
Oh, there you go. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Okay, we do have one more race coming up at 9 o'clock over on Speed Gaming 2. That'll be Team versus Dog Ate My Morph Ball. Woody and Kishmo versus Kuro and RKC TKC. Several races to come tomorrow, but don't know who's getting a restream. So we'll hold off on those, but definitely take a look at the schedule and see what's going on tomorrow.
Absolutely. That was a good race, but we have another one starting, it looks like, in about an hour.
Just over an hour, yeah.
Do we know what channel that one's going to be on yet?
SG2.
SG2. Okay, so right here. Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like to thank everybody, thanking our runners, Derp, Solsky, Phoenix Down, and Giggles. Also like to thank Maniacal for joining me on commentary. Always a pleasure. And of course, Lenifis for last minute sign up for tracking and keeping us from having to do it, because that would have been a true adventure. Yeah, that'll do it for us. We'll see you in about an hour. Take care until then, and we'll see you later.